definitely have to nut up and gut up. If you're going for just the Phil Heath, pretty boy, look good underneath the lights look, ain't gonna cut it. This is more like Dan Green, strongest man in the world shit. Out of this world shit. 5, 6, 7, 10, go! All day.
All those different rep ranges, tempos, you gotta get the muscle and tension squeeze movements, but sometimes you gotta let it hang and go heavy too. Your head down, you got the practice. 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
Here over the original Metroflex gym with legendary trainer Josh Bryant. We just had a really good chest workout, really challenging. Carbs are a little lower right now, getting ready for a big show, the North Americans. I've been doing my programming for the past year and helped me get a 523 raw bench and pig iron. And once I get done with this baby building, maybe even go do a full meet, see how it goes after this North American show.
Hey everybody, Brian Dobson here. We're down here on July 20th, Metroflex Gym, Arlington, Texas. Only 105 in the gym today, but we still got Ed Brown down here knocking it out, training hard. You know, Ed is a perfect example of what this gym stands for. It's really our gym is really all about hard training. You know, whether it's cold, hot, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're still going to give 100% and give your utmost and do the best you can to reach your results in here.
How hard or easy is that relative?
Probably throw a quarter on or something.
You know, his style of training is what we call power building. Everybody here that's really been anything great has done that type of training, from Ronnie to Donnie Jackson to Branch Warren to Corey Matthews.
7, 8, 9, 10, go! All day. Woo! Good job.
It's a very different style from what you see a lot of the pros nowadays.
Yeah, buddy!
Here we go, come on. Let's go.
The guys nowadays, a lot of them brag about not lifting heavy. I mean, it works for them, they look wonderful, but the way we train is definitely a different style. You know, people like Branch, I remember when he would get injured, I would try to kind of talk him into backing off, going lighter, maybe doing a more concentrated type of lifting, not so explosive. But for him, couldn't do it. It's just not in his way.
And go.
That type of style of training, it's a lot of explosive lifting. It does cause injuries sometimes, but that's just part of the risk, man. I mean, like Louis Simmons said, with exercise, it's totally safe, it's totally worthless.
Get to the chopper!
Yeah, one more. Finish it, come on. Come on, all balls, here we go.
Josh Bryant and I wrote a book a few years back called Metroflex Powerbuilding Basics. There's literally a workout for every week of the year. I mean, there's so many options in there. It's a great book. So many options, different ways to train, and it explains in detail a lot of these different methods. You know, a lot of it is explosive lifting. I mean, people would call it cheating possibly, but when you see the physiques of these guys that have trained that way, it's a different look. For example, one time I had a kid come from Dallas. He'd had the most expensive trainers in Dallas. He, at best, looked like a, I don't know, man, maybe a soccer player or something. I mean, he was fit, but he was small. And the first day he did arms with me, well, I grabbed the Easy Kill bar, put a plate on there, and boom, I heaved out about 20 reps, threw it down. Oh, here you go, man. He's like, well, I can't do that much. I said, yeah, let's grab it. And he was trying to do it like in perfect form, you know, and he couldn't do it. So I just heaved a little bit. It's all right. Well, my trainer, you know, he didn't let me do it like that. I'm like, well, how big were your trainer's arms? It's like, I don't know, 16. I said, well, you know, back then my arms were probably close to 20 inches, you know, and I'm like, well, you know, that's why. You know, I mean, you can't get big without achieving, you know, without some explosive movement. I mean, even if you're doing a strict on the bench press, you're still exploding that weight off your chest, man. When you're doing a deadlift, once it gets moving, you're exploding through that movement. But anyway, that's the way we train. You know, I mean, Ed's a perfect example, like I said earlier. I mean, he has a density and a hardness that other guys don't have. I mean, last show I saw him in, I mean, his glutes are striated. I mean, his back, lower back, deep striations, and that comes from heavy lifting.
4, 5. Keep your head down, scaps contracted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not just, you know, going with, you know, these light weights. That's what's going to keep the density right there. You look at Branch Warren, Ronnie Coleman, people all from this gym right there. You know, what's their secret? I mean, a large part of their secret is they're training heavy up in, you know, pretty, not like within stupidity, but they're training hard up into the contents, going heavy, preserving that dense look. And then it's got to realize the whole time we're going, you know, he did some powerlifting in the off season, but it's not just like we're saying, you know, like these functional trainers, like do powerlifting, eat healthy, you're ready for the bodybuilding stage. You obviously got to hit those, all those different rep ranges, tempos. You got to get the, you know, muscle and tension squeeze movements, but sometimes you got to let it hang and go heavy too. That, you know, holistic approach, you're going to see the package he's going to bring.
Like I say, everybody wanted to spend money on George Farah and these big gurus and stuff. He just pretty much gave me the blood and guts workout every 12 weeks. Got me to the biggest body weight I've ever been at 5'8", 270 pounds. Granted, I didn't have, you know, the outline of my abs, but I was bigger, and now it shows. Because now I'm maybe 228 pounds, and I'll suck down probably higher into the heavyweight class. So hopefully I'll be the flavor of the month for what they want. We'll see. It's, you know, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, so I don't really care.